Taylor Swift. Now, were you here the day that we had Marissa Rubino and Chris K come on? All right, well, they came on to talk about Taylor Swift and anticipating the podcast that was going to come out with Travis Kelce and his brother. It was called New Heights. And they had teased the day before that there was going to be a new album cover reveal. We found out the name of the album cover, or the album is The Life of a Showgirl, but none of the details were, given to us.
Sure.
So the podcast came out, I think it was on Thursday night or Wednesday night, New Heights, and it talked about Taylor Swift's, she was on there, it was her first ever appearance.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen her kind of in that capacity before, where she's being so real and she's looking at her boyfriend and all cute. And so we did learn more about
the album.
And she also dropped some Easter eggs. So I don't know if you know this about Taylor Swift, but
I don't know a lot.
I'm just realizing, and I know very little too, but I am now believing when people say, oh, she drops these Easter eggs, or she is very intentional with the posts that she puts out and what she says at concerts and stuff. I thought it was just like Taylor Swift fans, Swifties were just like such conspiracy theorists that they were like trying to break down every single piece of her.
Maybe even wanting the Easter eggs, like maybe they didn't exist, but they're reading into things.
But it's so true. Okay, but here is what fans are thinking, that she's hinting at it performing at the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. And this is why. Before the episode dropped, Taylor teased 4 deluxe editions of her upcoming 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, but fans think that she slipped in even more Easter eggs. So during the 2-hour conversation, it was long. I watched maybe like half of it, but it was really interesting. Swift talked about baking sourdough, quote, 60% of the time, which fans linked to Super Bowl 60 at Levi Stadium, home of mascot Sourdough Sam. Okay, she's talking a lot about sourdough.
She's baking sourdough.
Why was that dominating the conversation? Maybe it makes sense now. She also tossed out the number like 47 and 47,000, which Swifties tied back to Levi Stadium. Her lucky number is 13. Travis Kelce's 13 NFL season. The list goes on, Elizabeth.
This is too much.
List goes on.
That's too much. Who has time on their hands to think about all this stuff and to Google all this stuff?
I know, but now that I'm hearing it and actually like watch some of the podcast, I'm kind of in it now. Like I'm getting closer to being a Swiftie.
You're in it.
I think.
Viewers also spotted the Lombardi Trophy on the shelf behind her.
Oh, yep, that too.
Possibly a subtle halftime. I don't know. I think she's really good at marketing.
She is.
She is.
Genius.
So maybe this is, but that's a lot. That's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of stretching, isn't it?
Well, no, because she had mentioned in the podcast that she was really into Easter eggs, and she was even talking about it there, how she's been intentional with what she said like the past 4 or 5 years.
So she has a history of doing
She has a history.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are we showing a picture of that? What does that have to do with it?
Wait, let me see it.
What was that? She missed it.
You guys are trying to.
Oh, is that the
exactly.
Easter eggs? Is that trying to find the Easter eggs?
That is kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was needing to focus on probably 50 other things at that moment, but the podcast was on and I was watching it because Marissa and Chris K made me really excited.
I do. When is the halftime show announced? Do we know?
Good question.
Probably coming up soon because the season's about to start.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's well ahead of the Super Bowl.
Maybe we can phone a friend. Hey, somebody Google that for us.
Yeah, can somebody
Google when is the halftime show typically revealed?
And I know that.
Now, if it's on like Taylor Swift's birthday or something, now
then
I'm
crazy,
into it.
or
I'm
like
hooked.
on like Friday the 13th or
on
something.
her anniversary of Travis, or something. Then now we got a story.
I have a feeling you're not very interested in old Taylor Swift.
Oh, you're Googling. Okay, we're Googling to see. Like a typical. Yeah, when is the typical halftime?
Usually announced in September, so you were right, Elizabeth.
So it's coming up. When's Taylor Swift's birthday?
When is Taylor Swift's birthday?
Yeah, just because, because then.
Elizabeth is on to something.
I'm starting to get into it.
She's doing her own investigation right now. December 13th.
Oh, December 13th. Okay.
Maybe it's September 13th.
No correlation.
Then.
September 13th minus the 3 up to 2. I don't know. I don't know.
We will see.
Anyway.
But I mean, I would think it would be a huge deal. Obviously, the NFL has credited her with bringing a new audience into football and getting into it.
Of course.
So
there's a lot of KC fans that never knew anything about football or the Chiefs or anything. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, and if she actually did perform the halftime show, it would be fantastic.
Crazy.
I mean, she's such a good performer. Say what you
is.
will about her voice or her music or whatever, but she's one of those. I'm not the biggest Lady Gaga fans, But if I had a chance to go see her, I mean, she's such an entertainer. You would be so entertained. So
I know.
I think a Taylor Swift halftime show.
A lot of these artists are on another level. That's one thing she did
yeah.
mention in the podcast was how much time and effort she put into training for her Eras
I'm
tour.
sure.
And
It's so acrobatic and athletic and nonstop. I mean, I didn't go, but I've seen clips, and it's just wears me out watching.
no kidding.
I know.
Well, and I appreciated how Travis, sitting next to her, they were looking all lovey-dovey again, was like appreciating how much hard work she put in, and that's where they found a lot of like common ground was with their workout routines and what they did to stay fit and stuff. And he said that almost her setup, like pre-game and post-show, whatever you want to call it, was as like intense or more intense than what they do
what he does
on the football field.
Can you imagine?
Interesting.
When do
right?
they even find time for each other? You know?
I don't know.
On podcasts, apparently. I'll meet you at the podcast. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'm running late. Okay, I'll see you.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a few
Right,
weeks.
exactly.
We'll talk there.
They have to book a podcast together.
No, it's really sweet.
So she also says that she never hides Easter eggs about her personal life, only about music and projects.
Interesting. You know what they also talked about a ton, which I thought was so funny? Otters. Which I guess Travis Kelce.
Like the animal?
Yeah, so random. But I guess Travis Kelce like loves otters, and so they have a big love for otters. So really, what I got out of the podcast was that.
And you watched how much? like 10 minutes of this thing?
No, like a solid hour.
I think she watched the whole thing, y'all.
Yeah, okay. I might
whole thing.
maybe more than an
Just
hour. I'm trying to
admit
act all
it.
cool.
Just admit it.
No, yeah, they talked a lot about sourdough and otters too, which I thought was really interesting. So I bet there's going to be a lot of otter fans now.
Sourdough eating otters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's a moneymaker.
All right. Let's see. So with Beyonce, Rihanna, Usher among past headliners, those have been some really good shows. Where would Taylor Swift halftime performance rank in like cultural impact level? It would be huge.
Oh, I think it would probably
would
be
be
number
huge.
one, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the crowd, obviously. But what I love is when they do have on other genres.
Yeah.
You know, when they pull in, so then they're pulling in the whole crowd. It's not just, one
true.
genre or one artist. I love it when they have kind of surprise guests.
I do
you
too.
know.
I know
Nothing beats JT and Janet Jackson. I mean, that was like
it was good.
culturally. I mean, do we all not remember that?
This is what I get frustrated with at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everyone won't stop talking, and so I never really am able to focus in on the performance. And then, I mean, that's
Like,
also
you
my
mean in
old
the
thought.
room that you're in?
Yeah, the room that I'm in. Like,
Oh.
I always do like a Super Bowl party,
Sure.
and no one will just be quiet so I can listen.
Maybe you need to send them outside for the
Well,
20
also,
minutes.
I'm saying that at the same time, I could easily like look it up afterwards.
True. And you'll see it like
Yeah.
repeatedly. But no, there's something to be said about live.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why you're watching the Super Bowl. You want to see all this stuff live.
Yeah, so I have a new rule this year. Be quiet or get out.
Be quiet or get out.